So throughout the entire history of predator catching, every single one that has continued to be memed for the years to come has had something iconic about them. Like Jeff Sokol had his pizza, John Dupay had his really shitty hairline, hell, even the Booty Warrior got the drop on Chris Hansen.
Someone get this guy out. Oh, man, you ruined that bike. No, Chris, I'm a warrior.
But, you know, the predator we're going to be talking about in today's story, his claim to fame, at least in my head, comes from his duct tape, hunting knife, and Big Mac meal. So stay tuned for that to make sense. Anyways, I made a video a while back called, I think the video was just called I'm Chris Hansen or something like that, talking about how me and a friend of mine from high school, early high school, we kind of tried to do our own predator poaching investigation. Now, I am going to disclaim this again by saying I don't condone this. Like, I condone the catching of predators 100%. What we did and trying to do that on your own isn't really a safe idea, and I wouldn't recommend that. If you are interested in predator catching, Chris Hansen runs a show currently called Takedown with Chris Hansen. Just a ton of this sounds like an ad. I promise you it's not. I just enjoy watching it. And he does a bunch of episodes of it on YouTube, and I've been watching them religiously, which kind of made me like make this video because I remembered this time. I'm gonna stop wasting time though, and I'm gonna get into the actual story time. So, like I said, this story takes place early high school. There was this girl I was friends with. We're going to call her Anna, which may or may not have been what I called her in the last video. I actually don't remember. Anyways, we had done this before. We had done this kind of thing before, but basically what we do is we would go on Omegle when that was still a thing, and we'd put like the filters and interest to kind of like filter down to people that were like in our area, like around where we lived, and we would try and like catch people because we'd see YouTubers do it, we'd see the Chris Hansen videos and whatnot, and that was just like a thing we tried to do. And on this particular day, we found a guy that we just like, I don't want to say like matched with, but we ended up finding a guy that we were talking to, and Anna was doing like most of the talking, because I mean, like, she knew how to do it, she knew how to sound, and that's the thing, is it was like, oh, a sting operation of like, the girl's 15. In this situation, the girl like legitimately was 15, and she was doing like the talking pretty much, and I was just kind of like around for it. And this guy was like, I don't remember all the nitty-gritty details, but this guy was clearly into some things that he shouldn't have been into, and there was a lot of not appropriate texts going back and forth. And the big thing is that like Anna never like reciprocated those texts. That's where you fall into like, okay, well, this is like entrapment. Not that this was like an actual legal thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, this guy was clearly on the wrong side of things, and we were trying to catch him, which again, this is a really stupid idea because we didn't have a plan. We just wanted to catch this guy, and these are dangerous people. Anyways, we ended up trying to like set up a meetup with this person, and we were like, hey, she was like, I'm hungry, like, why don't we meet at McDonald's or something? He's like, oh, like, I don't want to do a public place, you know, like that could be a problem, like, why don't you just come over to my house? And obviously we weren't going to do that. We did have some brains in our heads. So we were like, no, like, I don't know about that. Like, we did just meet. Like, I want to meet you, but, like, not like that. He was like, oh, well, like, what about, like, your house? Like, are your parents home? She's like, yeah, like, my parents are home. And there was kind of, like, a lot of back and forth on that. But the guy was very, like, insistent on, like, no public places. Which was like, why wouldn't he be? He's a fucking predator. So anyways, we ended up settling on meeting at this like old church parking lot. I say old church, like the church was still active. It was just like the evening, and it was like a Saturday. So no one was there. And that's what we ended up settling on. And we were like, okay, we'll go there and we'll meet you there. The guy was like, okay, like I just have to do some errands and then I'll meet you there. And he said, like, you said you were hungry. Like, do you want McDonald's? And she was like, yeah. Like, can you bring me McDonald's? And he was like, yeah, sure. Like, why not? I don't know why she said that. Like, I don't think she had any intention of eating the McDonald's, but she did say that. So, anyways, the trap was set, so to speak. And me and Anna, we made our way over. We were kind of just like hanging out for the day, and we like set a time. And we were like, hey, we'll be there like soonish. And it was like not really within walking distance, but like kind of, right? It was like a long walk, but I do long walks all the time still to this day. So we ended up walking the distance, and we make it to the place, and we're kind of just sitting there, and we're like, okay, this is it. Like, what are we gonna do? And we're like, I don't know, like, I guess like probably like film the guy and be like, oh, like what are you doing, and then we can like post it on YouTube. And at the time I did have like a YouTube channel. It wasn't this channel, but it was this channel. It was just like called something different, and I like rage quit the channel. I've mentioned that a couple times. Story for another day. Anyways, we're waiting and we're checking the time. We tried like messaging the guy because we were using like Kick to like kind of, you know, message him. And we didn't hear from him for a while. And we're like, hey, he's probably not coming, which is like, it's a good thing and it's like a bad thing. The bad thing is like, oh, our like quote unquote investigation isn't going to work out. But also he's not showing up to like meet somebody, so that's good. But also he's still out there. So, you know, there's just a bunch of not great things about it. Anyways, we wait for what feels like forever until finally we see this truck roll into the parking lot. And we're on like the other side of this parking lot, right? And we see it pull in, and it goes like the opposite direction from us. And we're pretty sure he doesn't see us. And we're just kind of like watching him pull in. And he parks the car and opens the door. And right as he opens the door, like we're on like the other end of the parking lot, and we get like a whiff of like, it reeks of weed, dude. Like it was like a huge weed smell, and we're watching because like we can still see pretty well, and he just doesn't see us yet. And we see like the door open, and we see like sort of like a McDonald's bag fall out with like a Big Mac box bounces off. So like, oh, okay, well, there's the McDonald's meal. But that's not the only thing we see fall out of the car. We see a roll of duct tape and a hunting knife. And it's like unsheathed too, like it's just a bare hunting knife. And Anna looks at me, she's like, what the fuck? Like, is that a knife? And it in fact was a knife. She's like, hey, you know what? Like, what were we thinking? Like, this is a horrible idea. Like, what are we doing? Like, this guy has a knife. We're just like, we got to get out of here. And I'm like, yeah, no, like, I'm with you. Like, we're fucking idiots. Let's get out of here. And so we kind of like, we're like kind of crouched and like looking at this situation, right? So we like stand up and start to like move away. And as we're like moving backwards, we're trying to be like quiet, but we're also trying to like move fast while moving quiet. And the guy, like, he sees us, and so he says like, hey, and we don't say anything. We just like take off running, and we hear him yell, hey, and then we hear footsteps like start to increase speed coming towards us, and me and Anna are like, oh fuck, run. And right next to this church parking lot, it's kind of like on the edge of a neighborhood, and it kind of like has a hill next to it that leads down into like the forest. There's like it's like a big park in like the middle of the city I live in. So we like hop down this hill and kind of like take off into the woods, right? But we hear this guy behind us. And we just like, we're losing breath at this point. We just will not stop. We're like, just keep moving. Like, we do not know what's going to happen. Like, just keep going. Like, we do not stop. So we keep running, and it's like getting a little bit dark out. So we keep running till we find kind of like a collection of fallen trees that like almost looks like a little tent, right? And we kind of like crouch in there and to like take a little like breath. And as we're doing that, like we crouch down, we stay quiet, and we still see like, we hear like footsteps coming down, and then eventually we do see like the silhouette of a guy like just a couple feet away from us, right? And he doesn't see us, and we're like trying to remain quiet. We hear the guy yell like, hey, again, like into the woods, and he doesn't see us, and he kind of like keeps walking off into the woods, but he's still there. We can still like, we kind of just like post there for a minute, right? And we can hear him walking. We hear him like get farther away, but not far enough away that we can't hear him. We like hear his footsteps. He's clearly like looking around the area, like he's looking for us. So like Anna looks at me and she's like, what do we do? Like, what do we do? Like, how do we get out of here? Like, do we go back up? I'm like, I don't know. Like, if we go back up, like he's probably gonna go back up there to like go back to his car or something. Like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, there's like, isn't there like a parking lot down here? Because there's like the lake that people go to, and there should be like a parking lot for the lake. And I'm like, yeah, like I think so, but like, what do we do when we get there? We're kind of just like getting to like an open place. And she's like, yeah, well, what that's true. And we kind of just like sit there and we're like, fuck, like what do we do? And eventually just like, here, hold on, like I'll call my sister. I think she's just out with her boyfriend right now. Just tell her like something bad happened. She needs to come get us. Like he doesn't live too far from here. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, are you sure she'll answer the phone? She's like, yeah, like I'll call her and like just have her meet us at the parking lot. I'm like, okay. So Anna calls her sister, and she's like trying to be really quiet, and I can hear her sister over the phone be like, dude, like why are you whispering? Like what's going on? And Anna's like, we're just like, me and my friend, like we're in a lot of trouble. Like someone's chasing us. Like I really need your help. Like can you guys come get us, please? And I can hear her sister like, fuck, like okay, like where do you need me to go? And her sister's like, okay, let's like just meet me at this parking lot. that like, and just gives her the location. She's like, hey, cool, like I'll meet you there. She hangs up the phone, and we kind of like we're still hearing the footsteps from the guy, so we're trying to like quietly make it down to this parking lot. And although it was like the most terrifying moment of my life, we made it. Eventually we did make it to the parking lot, and we made it there like right as Anna's sister and her boyfriend pulled up in his car, and we just hop in the car like immediately. And Anna's like, hey, go, like drive. And she starts driving away, and then Anna's sister's like, what the hell is going on? Like, what's happening? And obviously we weren't going to like tell her what we did, because then we were going to get like chewed out for being an idiot, which honestly would have been fair because we were being an idiot. But Anna was like, I don't know, like we were just out for a walk, and like this guy just like started chasing us, and like he had a knife, and I don't know, we needed help. She's like, fuck, like, okay, like where are you guys going? Just like back to the house? She's like, yeah, I guess so. So that's what we did. We went back to the house. And we ended up checking, and we never got like another message from the guy, and we kind of just like deleted the app after that. We deleted that. We're like, hey, we're done with this is stupid, we're not doing this. And we kind of just like hung out for the rest of the night, and we like kind of barely survived, in all honesty. This is not the last time we did this, though. There is another story that I kind of want to tell, and I will if this one it gets like, I don't know. I say I'll tell the story if this one is popular, but I'll probably end up telling the story anyways. So yeah, I do have one more story like this, but that kind of does it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Moral of the story, I guess, is, don't do this. Don't be stupid. If there is a creepy person online, report them to the appropriate people. Do not go chasing these things yourself. It's a very dangerous situation to put yourself in. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, all the YouTube shit, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care. Later.